Yeah. What's good, everybody? Welcome to Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Spitting nothing but jewels.
You heard?
We got your host here, Mac Mo Money.
And I'll be Finesse Leo.
That's a fact. And yo, welcome to the first YouTube video.
Word, man. Welcome, man. If y'all listening to this, man, right now we're recording on a video camera. It's the very first Jewel Talk, live recording.
That's a fact.
So we trying to
cop this tripod today, so you know we have to pull
we're
it
trying
out.
everything out, man. We're trying to get this YouTube money. I'm not gonna lie to you. We're just trying to
checks,
get
checks.
Man, so yeah, man.
Again, for the people that's watching, sorry for the Dewey. You know,
I'm trying to get my ways on tap.
Yeah, you know.
Word.
But we got two cool people down here. Welcome, ladies. How y'all doing today?
It's good.
Hey, y'all introduce yourselves.
Gabriella. Bro. Alright, I'm JJ. What's good?
And where y'all from? Tell the people where y'all from.
Hempstead. We both from Hempstead.
Both from Hempstead. Okay, that's what's up. And what y'all about? Tell a little bit about yourselves. Whoever want to go first.
Alright, well, I'm a communications major. Like I said, I'm from Hempstead. I'm really just chilling. I ain't really much to say. I'm trying to go into radio, so I guess this kind of helps a little bit.
Word. Okay. Be that radio host. Facts.
Oh, you trying to?
One thing I hate about radio, you can't really curse and all that on it. You know what I mean?
Listen, there's some shows out there, of course you gotta bleep it out, but obviously people gonna understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult.
On the radio station yesterday we was at 5 Towns.
Yeah.
That
was my first.
That was my first radio. Yeah, we couldn't.
That was fun
curse.
though. It was mad fun.
Yeah, it was mad fun. But when we said because you had to press a button to bleep it out or something like that, it would backtrack. So you wouldn't get caught by the FCC or something like that. But I doubt the FCC really watched that shit. But
no.
How about you?
Gabriella, from Hempstead again. Sculpture major. I go to SUNY Purchase, but just about an hour from here. I don't know. I do pretty much everything. I paint, I draw, and I sculpt obviously, and I just try to do really big installation art, the stuff that you see in the city, those big. Things I'm trying to do something like that, or
you haven't started painting like that, have you, or no?
What do you mean?
Those big canvases, pictures you saying?
No, I still do that.
Oh, you do?
I do bigger paintings than I do big sculptures, and that's what I want to do now. And
when you did the butt.
Yeah, I do a lot of installation stuff.
Metal.
Word. Out of what?
Out of metal.
You do metal sculptures?
I do metal and wood and wire and stuff like that. So I just do every medium.
Oh yeah, hold on. Before we can get back to it, but just for the viewers out there, that beeping, we're in our basement, so that's the carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide monitor. So that's that beeping you're gonna hear every few minutes, every few seconds, whatever.
I got everybody come up to me, yo, what's that beeping noise in the background?
Word, man.
But that's the machine. But I know y'all been waiting for this for a while. We haven't about to have this male versus female debate. Been waiting for this for a minute. I'm not gonna hold you, but shout out to y'all for coming. I appreciate y'all for real. But let's get this started. I had a couple of questions to bring up upon. You know what I mean? My first question was really kind of. We'll get to the heavy questions later. I just want to say, have you guys ever played someone or got played yourself?
Oh hell yeah!
Yes.
All right,
I want to hear details.
You don't gotta say no names. You don't gotta say no names.
Nah, I said everyone's name.
You don't gotta put everybody. You don't gotta expose anybody.
I want to hear.
Alright, so let me say. Alright, so y'all explain the time you played someone, and then you say when you got played. So. Who want to go first?
I'm gonna let you go.
Okay, so basically,
a good story.
The first guy I'd ever fucked with, and I don't mean sexually. I mean I'm very picky. I do not talk to everyone. Mm-hmm. I'm very just I try to keep myself in this bubble to where I don't get hurt. And the first guy I ever let inside myself, obviously because he was closer, because he was closer.
Word.
But when we first started talking, he made it seem as if he. Well, first I'm gonna just put it out like this: every guy I'd ever talked to, they were on a dating app because I don't do in-person things.
Why?
But because I'm not.
That's
bad.
It's gotta be
social.
You gotta get
if I can see your
communication.
If I can see your personality if I can see first what you like and everything, it gets that whole awkward hi, what do you do, what do you like, shit like that. I hate that. I think that's really stupid.
Yeah.
I like to know.
That's how it's supposed to be though. You gotta be
like
more face to face. Cause me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm that type of person where I hate that texting shit because it's I'm not I like to show my personality through face to face. That's what my personality shines.
You feel
me? Yeah, it's not even linking ASAP. Even if we're talking on the phone, it's better. Texting, nah, because how can I show my personality through the text and all the social media shit? That should be whack. Hella corny.
Nah. But you got, if you, but so what? You use these like dating apps like Tinder, right?
Yeah.
No, I never
Nah?
use Tinder. I've never used it. I don't trust it because that's for hookups, and I've never like done anything specifically for a hookup. I've done it
It's
to
not
be
for a
friends,
relationship.
you know. And
It's
then
just not
like
even just for hookups, but what gets me tight is no black girls on Tinder. It's mad white girls, son.
Yeah.
And yo, to all y'all trans, that why do y'all really have to go like say that y'all looking for like
Yo,
like,
all right,
nah,
watch your words.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking.
problematic
That's what I'm
topic.
thinking. Nah, it's not even problematic. You feel me? Like, I feel y'all. Y'all can do what you gotta do. But it's like, why don't y'all just put y'all looking for men instead of just like
Put themselves looking
them-
for men.
For men. You
Oh,
feel me?
no, you mean like
Like-
they put they're like, they're trans.
No,
and
no,
they
no,
put
not even
themselves as a woman.
Yeah, as a
instead
woman.
of like regularly as a man.
Yeah, yeah.
But
And
that's
just
the
say
thing.
you're interested in
You say
you
you're
can put
interested in
yourself
men.
as men and say you're
Because
interested in men.
It's
they be
like
coming
this,
up, they be
it's-
coming up on my shit, and I have to read the bio.
Yeah, you
like,
gotta look.
That's
look
the
at
point.
bio of that.
That's the whole point. If you just look at someone like straight up their whole profile, like their pictures, you don't even look at their bio. That's not even a trap. It's more of just like
Nah, that's the thing.
what
Like
were
when
you
you
looking at,
when you go on there and like you look, and if I'm scrolling, I see a picture and you got like one picture, you got one or two pictures, I'm like, and then I look in your bio and ain't nothing there, I'm not going to swipe right on you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be like,
you're
who the
not-
fuck
like,
is this? Like,
you
I
can
don't know
tell-
shit
Bro,
about
I
you.
don't put, but in my bio on Tinder, it's not a whole paragraph.
It don't
Then you
gotta
don't
be like
need
that, but at least
that,
have
that
something.
whole
Like,
paragraph is
even
for when you're talking.
Nah, I respect.
But
I
like,
respect.
if there's like nothing there, like there's not even like what sign you are, like what you looking for, if
Oh,
you want to
yeah,
have a
yeah.
relationship or a hookup, like it's blank, I'm gonna be like, this is a fucking like
See, literally,
catfish, or
Nah,
I'm
I
gonna
respect the ones that really keep it up front and put it in their bio and all that.
Say you're trans.
Yeah,
I respect
now,
that. I
if
respect
you-
that.
Shout out to y'all. You know what I mean?
If
Y'all can do
you
y'all thing.
personally do not put like what you're interested, like that you're trans or whatever, then stop that. But
Yeah,
I think that's
Yeah, because then
that's
that's
weird.
like dangerous
Nah,
for you.
sometimes
That
they
is-
don't be having nothing on the bio, bro. Like they just don't
It's
have
just
nothing.
blank.
It's just blank.
And it's like
picture.
sometimes-
So I gotta really look at the picture, zoom
And
in.
it's like,
and all
yo,
that.
sometimes, now it's like,
I
go
be
front,
looking-
they get
I
the
be
good
looking at their
surgery
hands,
where
I
you
be
can't
looking
even
at,
tell.
like-
You can't
I
even
think
tell
it's the
that
fact
they used to
that
be a
most
dude.
people are like this day and age, like people. I'm not gonna say like everyone's like, but like everyone's different. Everyone like feels like they need to wait until they can truly see how you are in person in order to get the vibe. And if you're gonna be a judgmental person or not, because it's just a whole different thing where if you are a judgmental person, they can see that right off the bat. Like, obviously, some people are just like, okay, I'm just gonna tell this person straight up because I don't want to avoid that. Some people aren't like that. They like to get to know you and like see if they can change your mind a little bit, or like they could just talk to you as a friend. Like some people put looking for men because that's what they're looking for, like dating wise or hookup wise. Some people put like, I'm just like this and I just want to be your friend.
Yeah,
it's
like there was
nothing,
this one time I was
sexual
on there.
time.
I was on there, and obviously, I might be bisexual, but I was going through the men, and there was this one guy who was dressed as a woman, and he literally said in his bio, he was like, "I'm a man that likes to dress as a woman." Someone, I think he was like, we'll be friends. Like someone do my makeup. Like it was just like that. Like he's just looking for friends, and I was like, I bet. Like I can respect that. Like I didn't swipe right because I'm not really like shit. Like one of my best friends is gay, but I'm not gonna be like that. Like shit, I've even let him like crop tops and shit, but I'm not gonna like.
Nah. I don't mind if anybody's gay. You feel me? But it's like, do you think sometimes they be doing like extraness than the girls do? Like even
I think because I do know people like that. My friend, she told me that her friend Chris, he used to be this just regular guy who never even seemed like he was gay or like anything else. And then once he came out, he started wearing high heels, started like he talked different.
Damn.
He used to talk like,
He switched up his
but
whole
now he's just
demeanor.
like hi, like he just talks so
does he
different.
feel like
I feel
he's
like
a
there's
woman
such
then?
a
Does he
There you
feel like
know,
he's a woman?
because once you come out, it's a sense of like openness. And
Yeah, they feel free. They
yeah,
feel
like
free.
you can now be like how you want. But like the whole thing that I don't understand, like I understand like changing, like putting nails on and stuff like that, and like wearing heels and like shit like that. Because obviously, if you haven't come out yet, people don't know what you are. But once you come out, changing your voice, I feel like that's kind of
My thing.
I've never understood that.
Yeah.
I'm
My
not
thing
saying
is,
it's wrong.
like,
I've never
unless you're like
understood
holding yourself back, like I'm pretty sure that's painful, like for your throat in general, like trying to keep in like how your voice actually sounds. Like first off, that sounds painful. But like I can respect that. Like I feel like there is like a stereotype for anyone of the LGBTQ community, like because like gay guys, I feel like some of them are like you to be gay, you don't have to have like a high pitched voice or like wear like feminine
So what,
clothes
you think they should just if they're
like,
boys, they still be
there's
still be
freaking football players.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember his name, but I was watching this documentary on Netflix.
You talking about Michael Sam?
I think so.
that's-
He doesn't play anymore, but
Oh.
he was like he's like if you look at him like I would not be able to tell he was gay. Like his voice is very deep, obviously built, and I was like, shit, you're gay? I was like, okay, go ahead. Like, But I feel like that's just a stereotype. And as far as like I can speak because people ask me like I'm bisexual, but I mainly lean toward men, and like some people are like, oh well, then you're not really bisexual. It's like no, that's just my preference. Like how people have preference towards like race, like oh you like black chicks more than white chicks, or you like black guys more than white or Asian or whatever it is. Like it's just I feel like this. It's too much of a stereotype. Like you can't just put a label and expect someone to act like that, but because of their sexuality.
And see, that's the thing. Like, I ended up watching a documentary that was like, it was pretty famous for like a little bit. It was called "Do I Sound Gay?" And it was basically about guys who sound different, who like have a feminine voice, and they thought like, oh, like you're gay, but he was like, no, I'm not gay. And then they ended up like getting people who like sounded like very high pitched, and like there's like, oh, like they started going to like speech therapy and stuff like that, and it was just like it was all about how like the stereotypes on gay people are mainly like it's the voice, and sometimes you can tell if a person is gay and that's mainly based off of like appearance, but once you like actually start talking to them, it's not just the voice, it's the fact that like you can tell how their body language, and that's the whole thing. People don't like that's like this is my main thing as a person. I don't need to like talk to people. If I can read body language well, you're set for life, because if you can't tell how a person is, then you're not gonna be okay with them, and that's the problem with so many people in this world, because they assume everyone is either
just
like
right off the bat.
Yeah, like they assume that you're a bad person. They always do that, and that's like one of the worst things.
Appearance is key in this world. To keep it a buck. Anyway, your appearance is really key. Like people really judge you just off your appearance.
I wanted to like, cause we went on a little bit of tangent.
Yeah, like we got switched up.
Yeah, cause
I was looking at it, I was like, all right, we in the 11 mark. I was trying to be like, all right, when we get to like 10 or like 12, we got to
in my head, I'm like, yo, we gotta get so back to your story. So yeah, you like
played.
Yeah, no, like I'm gonna just keep it short. Like every guy, there was about like 5 of them. I had basically like, I was led on because I made sure I was very like, I don't know the word, I forgot the word, but like I was just, I'm very like close, like what's like it's
socially.
No,
awkward?
I was not like an out there person. I don't.
You're
like,
introvert.
No. I mean it like sexually. Like I don't just hook up with anything. Like I like to make sure that I talk to you for a little bit.
Yeah, connection.
Yeah, like I like to build up that friendship first, and then when I meet you in person, I want to like like. But that's my thing. I'm very different when it comes to guys. Like if I'm around a guy that I like, I might end up doing something that I don't want to do, but I'm not gonna go to extents where like I lose my virginity, because I was a virgin all that time I was with those guys, and some stuff did happen, but once it got to a point where they realized that I'm not the type of girl to like just
give it up.
Just give it up like immediately. Yeah. That's when I realized that they just left me, because I had built up really strong connections with people, and then they ended up just like totally just dismissing me. And that was when I like realized I can't do this anymore. But obviously I'm in a relationship, so I had to get over that. But it's a slow thing. Like that's my problem with guys. I feel like the worst people in the world are the people who hide stuff, because when you hide everything from the people that you don't even need, it's not necessary. It's never necessary. Why do you need to make it seem like you're into a person? If you're not into me, just say it. What do you think I'm gonna do? Start crying and everything? If you're not into me, I'm gonna start crying once you play me. But if you really are this real nigga who's trying to like play somebody, act like you're all big and bad and shit, if you truly are what you think you are, what you're trying to be, you don't need to do half the stuff that you're already doing. You don't need to play some girl with like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make her fall in love with me, and then I'm gonna just leave. I'm gonna just be like, oh, I gotta go, and I'm gonna never talk to you. I'm gonna block your number and everything.
Nah,
you're a pussy. That's
niggas be trying to fake a whole relationship.
Wow.
People really do that.
They have a whole fake relationship.
I could say, I guess I played him. I did him kind of dirty. I ain't going front, but he was alright. So there was this one guy where we started talking, whatever. You know who I'm talking about. You'll realize. Recently, and he basically,
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, we were like, we agreed to be like friends with benefits. And it immediately went down south from that point. Like he was like, hey, like we would get on the phone. He'd be like, hey, friends with benefits, buddy, what's good? And I was like,
he wasn't smooth with it.
I was like,
he made it awkward. He made it awkward.
And it was like we started talking on like a Friday, and we had agreed to meet up on Thursdays. Like get a little busy. Yeah. And we met up earlier than expected on like Monday. No. It was the day before. It was the day before we put me up, so it was Wednesday.
Yeah.
And whatever, we like met up and like some stuff happened, And we got on the phone that night, and like the experience wasn't that great. Like I did all the work, like I didn't get nothing.
He was a lazy nigga. He was a lazy
Like
nigga.
I'm gonna I give, like I don't care, like I receive like in certain things. But I was like, I bet whatever. It was kind of annoying. Like his breath kind of stinks. I was like, So basically we got on the phone, and it was that we were supposed to meet up in the morning. So I got home, whatever, and we was talking on the phone. He kept on calling me like, hey, friends with benefits, like, remember to respect it. Like, you can't talk to no other niggas. And I was like,
Wait, what?
Yeah, I was like, well.
Nigga, he wanted, so he thought it was friends with benefits, but it was
yeah, but he wanted it to be like
a
to him.
relationship. Yeah.
So I was like, And then he was just like, oh yeah, you gotta respect it. And then I told him I was supposed to meet up with like one of my guy friends who's gay, and he was like, oh wait, make sure he's gay, like this, that, the third. And I was like, you tripping.
Make sure he's gay.
Wow.
Ask before you gay.
So basically,
you didn't understand what friends.
I was like, I couldn't handle it anymore, so I was like, I'm tired, I'm gonna go to bed. So I went to bed, I hung up the phone, and I blocked him right after that. Like, he was like, I bet I'm gonna call you tomorrow, like, I'm gonna give you the Addy, whatever. And I was like, okay, yeah, no, sure, go ahead. Blocked him on Facebook, Instagram.
You did?
I blocked, I was like, as soon as I hung up that phone, I was like, block, block, block. I was like, I'm done. Like, this nigga was on some different shit, but, I couldn't do it. I was like, nah, it's a dub.
That play shit is no joke. Like it's like I'm not saying all, but you know, since y'all got what men want, you feel me? Y'all can use that.
Yeah.
True, but there's a certain level. Like there can be some like, oh my gosh, I remember back when I was at my old school, my old university. There was like this one chick that was walking by. It was me and a group of my friends, and one of my friends was like, oh, like I like your hair. She was like, thanks. I was like, bitch. You can be cute, but don't be over with it.
Yeah,
like,
she got
be
gas.
like, if you like,
She
you can
gas.
go ahead, be confident. Like, shit, I'm still like, I'm just now getting like my self confidence. Like, if you already got it, like, go ahead, work your shit. Like, all right, yeah, you a bad bitch, but don't take it to another level. Be like, yeah, like I know I'm the shit. Like, you can't get with me because I'm this, or you know, don't compliment me. Like, I already know I am. Yeah, like don't be like that, because that just makes you not cute. Like, it just makes you like. Tone it down. Like you can be like I'm the shit, but don't be like.
What makes you think that? Why you think women take advantage of like you know the good guys and everything? Why you think they do that?
I think it's because
like they like it's like they get comfortable with how the guys treat and then want to just like kind of like you know go soft with that nigga, but still try to keep that nigga around.
Because it's like this. You know how. I'm just compare it to food because we treat food and everything the same way, but obviously like in a different like. Respective, but I think that you know how like you eat the same food all the time, and then you go to a buffet and it's like, well, this shit's kind of good, but that same shit that I like is still pretty good. So you try that for a little bit, you like it, and then you go back to the same food because obviously you enjoy the taste. The taste it's just the same, but the other food is still good too, but only for a little bit. Because you know that you're going to end up getting tired of it, but you would never get tired of the food that you've had for a long time, but at the same time, you need a little bit, like, just something. Because you know the food would never betray you. Alright, now I'm going to go back to people because now it sounded weird. But I think that, like, me personally, like, let's say, like, I've never been like this, so I'm going to just compare it to other people. I think that when a girl is in a relationship with a guy who truly does treasure her and, like, treats her, like, well, girls sometimes like it when, like, yeah, you get comfortable with everything and you know that this guy's not going to leave you. Because I know a girl that's like that. I know a girl that does something like that. And you can cheat on him as many times as you know that he's not.
I was just about to say you can put that same analogy for cheating. Like that's exactly
because you're gonna cheat on him so many times, and you did it once, he forgave you. That's why I never forgive people because I feel like once I do you wrong, once you do me wrong, it can't happen.
Like I got a story. This is a perfect example. There was this guy that I liked him a lot. And it was bad. Like I was like really into this guy, and like he was like, alright, like I told him I liked him, and he didn't want to get into relationships. So I was like, I bet. So I stopped hanging out with him. The same day I unadded him from Snap, he started dating this chick.
Word.
And this chick was a hoe, like by definition. Like she cheated on him. They were dating for a month, and she cheated on him with 12 guys. And told him. She told him. She was like,
she was popping that pussy. She was popping that pussy. Oh.
She literally did this. They were in the middle of the cafeteria, and she literally went up to him and was like, babe, I cheated on you with 12 guys. And he was like, what? And she was like, yeah, this day, this day, this day, this day, this day, this day. And
damn, I feel bad. I feel bad. And he's a good dude, right? Is he a good dude?
Yeah, but I'm like, he a pussy. Now I say this because this. Then he went to my friend and started complaining because she was friends with one of his friends. So like, he went to go talk to him, but she was there, so she told me. So she was like, yeah, he came up to, the guy and was like, oh, she's been cheating on me, I don't understand, but he stayed with her. So when I found that out, I'm like,
you know why? It's kind of like
you just show you had no backbone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I would have cut it off.
But it's not even like that. See, you say that now, but you don't know
you
how
truly
she
care
felt
for the
about
person, bro.
Exactly.
Nah, man, that means she don't care for
Bro,
me.
it's the same. It goes back. Hold on.
She's
It goes
giving
back.
that pussy away.
Listen. It's a different when women cheat, but I'll get back to that after this. You feel me? It's like the same thing for women. Man can cheat on a woman so many fucking times, and she could stay with him for good. And
True.
people would just be like, yo, why you still with him? Why you still she might just really love him that
Exactly.
much. You feel me?
And the same thing goes for guys. It's not different.
But
see, because you think it's different just because a girl can cry over a guy, but a guy can just easily get over a girl.
Nah, that's not true.
I didn't say all that stuff.
It's different.
Niggas, some niggas do go through it because I seen some of my dudes they go through a bad breakup and it really upsets them a lot, and it's it might take them a little while, like a month or two to get over it and stuff like that. So I can't say because it's just that we don't like to show it.
It depends on how much you really care about the person.
Yeah, we don't like to show yo, this girl really got me.
My thing is that's perfect point, but in this situation that's different because then it was found out he was crying over it because the only reason he wanted to stay with her is because she was, not obviously, but she was the school hoe, but she was a light skin, lighter than me. She was a light skin, curly hair, not in the face, in the body, hell yeah. She was one of those bitches where it was damn, turns around, ooh.
Oh,
But the body nice. The body nice. So he was just so he wasn't even mad that she was cheating in that sense, relationship wise. He was just mad because someone else was tapping that ass.
Mm-hmm.
So still, if you're not close, if you're not into that person emotionally, then why you gonna get tight? Okay, obviously she gave it up. So why you get into a relationship with her knowing that she gonna continue to be a hoe?
Did he know that she wasn't shit prior to getting into a relationship?
Yes, she was dating his friend and she cheated on his friend too, and he knew about it. So I'm like, bro, why would you?
See, I hate because. That's what I don't understand, because dudes ain't got. There's a lot of girls that do that, and there's dudes that do that too. By what you told me, so there's dudes that do that too. Why put yourself in a position just to get your heart broken if you know the person is not good for you, and you still pursue them.
Sometimes the fact.
And then once you get your heart broken, then damn.
It's from experience. It's you just want that shit to work.
That's a fact.
I've never gotten cheated on, but it's the fact from my experience. It's just I did like her. You feel me? I want to be with her. Nah.
And I'm
gonna stick around, even though she did some dumb shit. You feel me?
But that's your problem. You need to know that there's a difference between loving someone and having self-respect, because you can't just be I love this person, we have history,
but let them disrespect you.
Exactly. You need to realize that if you let a person constantly hurt you, you're not doing anything for them. You're hurting yourself more than anything, because if you keep on saying to yourself, all right, I love this person, I know that she loves me, but she doesn't get it. And if she doesn't get it, then you need to realize that that's when you need to quit.
I can speak on that because I was in a relationship for around a year, where it was on and off, and it actually turned abusive at one point.
Yeah, I was just about to get to that.
It got abusive, and when it was happening,
was it abuse?
It was actually
severe?
There was two. I actually have a scar on my face. Damn. You can't really see it; it's disappearing, but I have a scar in the corner of my lip.
I'm actually looking at it.
Yeah, it's here, and I actually had to get 12 stitches on the outside and inside of my mouth.
I'm looking at it, I'm looking at it.
That's crazy.
On the outside and inside of my mouth.
Damn,
and when it was happening, the first time it wasn't severe. The second time is when it got to this point. The first time when it was happening, I was getting choked, and I was to the floor, and after he let go, he was like, "You just don't understand." How much I love you. And I was mind you.
It's crazy. It's crazy, yo.
You, I was on the floor, crying, just side of my heart. And unfortunately, I did take him back. I was just
So what made you though?
Yo, that shit is. A lot of women go through that. Yeah, what made you say? Even though
it was very tense. We got back in the car because we weren't in the house. We were actually in a parking lot, and it was an empty parking lot. Obviously, no cameras. And it happened. Got back in the car, drove him home, went back to my house, and we were talking. And I saw how much it changed him, and I was so in love with him. I was just okay, he doesn't mean it. And then the next day, he actually ended up cutting himself He cut himself over him hitting me. But then
Yeah,
I
so
think
he had
like
issues within himself.
yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah,
like that
issues
song
within
Insecure, that was like our theme song. Like that song was both ends. And the reason it started because I was texting other guys, and it was just it got to that point. It was just I didn't realize how crazy he was because it was just like once or twice, but it was like got after that text message. It was like all right, I'm kind of with someone, so like this isn't really, but still the fact that the concept happened. And then the second time it got to the point where we were arguing. I broke up with him, and I said something to him that triggered him. Like I cursed at him and I said some things. I said suck my dick, and that was like the one thing you cannot tell him. So we were in my car. He ripped my graduation tassel from my rearview mirror, and then he ripped my rearview mirror and chucked it at my face. And that's how I got my scar.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So-
yo. And what did your
parents
parents do? Did your dad want to smack the shit?
No, I would have.
They don't know. They don't know. Like
so
I was
they
my
don't know. They about to don't know.
Nah, like I'm not gonna tell her like where this is. Like I'm gonna tell her I don't know where the hell this is. But yeah, he chucked it out of my face and he freaked out and there was blood everywhere and my window was halfway down. This was in the summer. It was in like August.
This past.
It was just
Jesus
recently.
Christ.
Like I actually just ended it like recently. Like we were friends ish, I guess. Not
Really?
really.
I could've
Yeah, no. I know.
Yeah,
But
I
let me like wrap it up. But
Yeah.
basically, we went to the hospital and they were like they didn't
He
really
took you
believe
to the
us.
hospital.
Yeah, he drove me. He had to calm me down and he actually has a scar on his abdomen from where the window cut into him because I was driving off because I was freaking out. So
Wait, how did he get cut?
he shoved his body in to calm me down because he knew I could not drive home in the condition that I was. I was bleeding very heavily and I was getting really disoriented. And he went through the window and he cut himself because all the body weight he had cut into his abdomen and gave him a scar. So we both have scars. So he drove me to the hospital. My parents and the people at the hospital, well, obviously the people at the hospital didn't believe it because they saw how guilty he was looking and they were like, whoa. But
they asked you.
they were like they put him away. They pushed him away, and I was like, no, like nothing happened. It was a car accident. And we said that I had hit my face on the steering wheel when a car in front of me went and then stopped, and I pressed the brakes too hard and I smashed my face. So that's what my parents and my dad's a mechanic. So when I told him that, he was like, the only way that's possible is if you went and did a seatbelt and you didn't have your seatbelt on. But I told him I had my seatbelt on. Ooh, sorry. So he almost went into like a full investigation into the car because he could look at the car and see like how that would have happened. Like
and why did you want to lie for him?
Because I was in love with him. I was madly in love with this guy.
Jesus.
Like
Yeah,
love really
poison.
can't love can't.
Poison relationship.
But it's also a blessing. It's also a blessing.
But I think that like
why you say this is a blessing? Why you say
Love can be a blessing.
Oh, wow.
Love can be a blessing.
Oh, okay.
because
So-
there's a difference between like I already know this. But,
Yeah, she knows it. She was there.
I think that
Mhm.
it's not even there was no love. Like I'm saying this because this is what I believe. I think that love and control and manipulation are two like controlling and manipulation are totally different from love because you can be blinded by the fact that this person is controlling you so much that they can tell you that they love you and that they can say so many things that can make you feel like you've never felt before or like you've never felt in someone else if you come from a place where you haven't gotten attention at all or you haven't just like no one has ever treated you this way. Like you can be with so many people and there's that one little person that can make you feel as if you're just not even like the same person that you were yesterday. Like they can make you feel so different and like so like such an individual inside this giant clump of people who are basically all the same. Like we all react the same to everything. We're not completely different people. Obviously like the things that we like and our personality can be different, but the way that we react to things and the way that we think, it all at the end of the day it's the same because when you meet someone and you're in a relationship with them, you assume that this person is like probably gonna like you never know how it's gonna go. You can either break up with this person tomorrow out of nowhere or get married to them, and that's the thing. When you're in a relationship with someone that you truly do think that like I don't know, like when I was talking to my boyfriend, I realized that like even though we have different looks on life in the future, like I want to get married, I want to have kids and all that stuff, and he doesn't want that. He wants to, he wants to have something different. He just doesn't want to be tied down. And he said, I was like, what if, like, do you love me? Like, how strong is the love here? And he just said, I don't know, I don't think it's possible for me to love you even more. And I said, that's not even true because when we first, like, after we had our first date, after 2 weeks of dating, you said, I love you. And then
That's quick. And that's very
Yeah,
fast.
but that's not even.
So let me ask you this: you can continue after this, but do you feel like couples use the phrase "I love you" too easily while
Yes.
going through
Yeah,
history?
Yes.
They throw.
Oh,
Now
no,
I think that
I
word
don't
love
think
is
that.
like they throw it around so much
It's
that
like-
it like they'll say it like you know girl you see like new relationship, you see a new couple like your friends or you say they start going out with
Like
the
they
person
actually babe,
and like
you
after
love me,
like you said after a couple weeks they're like oh love you babe.
But that's the
like,
thing. It was
like-
totally different. He
There's
said
difference.
it because we've never been like he'd been in a relationship for a whole year before he got with me, and there was nothing different. It was the same thing. He couldn't see her, so every week they went to a motel, they had sex, and that was it. There was no sort of like they never went out. And just in the span of 2 weeks, we had gone everywhere. I had never been to places that we've been like. We literally just came back from vacation, and that was after being together for 9 months. People I was telling, they were just like, I haven't done that.
Is
like,
your current
we-
boyfriend right now?
Yeah.
Oh.
He said we've been everywhere. We've been all over Long Island, just like going out to eat, just like not even just the fact that we go out to restaurants all the time. It's just the fact that we've done things that we've never done with other people. Not sex, not like, conversation. It's the fact that we were together for just a day and it felt like we were together for years. And that's what I mean. When you're with someone and you're truly into this person, saying I love you isn't just awkward just because you say it like, I understand the saying after like a day or a week, but like depending on what you've done in that span of time, how you've connected, that's when saying I love you is appropriate. But saying it just like saying, hey, I love you, no, that means nothing to me. But saying I love you, that means something.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying.
Typing it
There's
means
two
nothing.
different
Like, you
types
dead
of
serious
love.
about that shit.
It's
You dead serious.
I love you, and then there's I love you.
Mhm.
Like I feel like when you say like, can people say I love you too quickly? Like it really does depend on like how quick you personally can connect with someone. I feel like when you just said like when people are out. Excuse me, and they were like, "Oh, babe, do you love me?" Like that's different. Like, "Oh, sure, like, babe, I love you," but
No, I know
like
what
that's
you're saying.
like that's not like I'm saying, but like there are some people like I don't know. I don't really think you can say I love you too quick. I think it's
Saying
whether or
with
not
no
you mean
feeling
it.
behind it.
Exactly, people say that definitely.
Because
But it's
people they get caught up. They're just like, oh, like there's like, do you love me? You're just like, well, yeah. Like you can't just say no to them, Like it's just
Yeah.
like when people propose and it's in front of a whole crowd and they're just like, oh, like will you marry me? They say yes.
Yes, and
They might break up the next week,
Yeah.
because it's in the moment. You're
Yeah.
caught.
I would never do that in a big ass crowd. I'll do that.
Yeah,
shit.
That's
do
when
that.
selfish
Never
as
do
hell.
that.
What you mean
You can't-
selfish?
No, I'm talking about the people like
Oh.
proposing like big
Oh,
crowds.
nah, yeah, you
or
put them on the
talking
spot.
with a helicopter
Yeah,
flying.
nah,
It's like,
nah.
look,
I'm
who
gonna do
you
that, yo.
married?
I'm gonna right show you. I'm gonna right show you. I'm gonna right show you wherever we at. Like now that I put then we I'm actually fuck that. I'm about to have a chef come through after. If that's really about to be wifey, fuck it. I'm about to have a chef come
Not
through.
like
make a dinner,
me
make
personally,
a
like
dinner.
if someone like proposed to me, like I don't know if you like y'all go on like Instagram and Snapchat, like you see like the little like ghost couples, like shit, I felt like 8 of those. I'm not even gonna front with you, but like sometimes like it's just like in their little apartment and like she came back from work and there's like rose petals and like candles spreading out, marry me, like go ahead, do your shit like that, but like
Yeah, I want
like,
some
if
private
you-
shit.
cause
That's what I'm
some
saying.
real
Just
shit,
in case I get deaded, I am not getting embarrassed. Cause yo, I've seen mad videos. Like I don't know if y'all saw this, but this is a famous one. The dude was at a Bulls game or something like that, and he proposed, and she walked away. She just walked
I
away.
saw that.
And I felt so bad for the nigga. I'm like, oh god,
That's
yo,
the thing.
he just got
That's
embarrassed in
what
front
you
of
know.
like thousands of people.
And that's the difference between a relationship of people, because sometimes when you're faced with a big crowd and you're not scared and you truly love this person, obviously you're gonna say yes. But people like that, when you're in a relationship and you think like you can tell when it's not two-sided, and when you can't tell when it's not two-sided, that's when you're in deep shit, because there's a difference between actually feeling like you both love each other. You don't even need to question it, because like I'm gonna just keep referencing my relationship because like it's so like we're just
Close
like
to
related.
you.
Yeah, like it's just. He said like at a certain point he was like, do we need to say I love you every day? And like I felt hurt
So-
because I realized I was just like, why are you asking me that? But then once we like I don't know, like we just in the moment of things, you just be like, I love you, and it's just like shit. Like it's different other than when
It's
he
not
first
forced.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
it's
when
just
he
like
first
that.
said it.
Nah,
It's
'cause I'm
like
not-
saying it every night when you like
Yeah.
go to bed, like say like, oh I love you, like it's whatever. Like it's just a common
Yeah,
phrase.
man, when
But
you
once you
say
say it
it,
like out of nowhere, when they're like
yeah.
in the heat of the moment, it's just like
Yeah,
that's
If
like,
you actually
not
mean
to-
it, like you really mean that.
yeah, not to be like I don't know. I think I'm gonna end up being that person of the four of us that's like hella sexual, but like when you're like I've had like it's really different. Like I can definitely relate to that. Like when like I've been like making love to someone and it's like when that moment and you just say I love you, it's just like it like I've cried over that shit. Like I'm not even gonna front with you. Like we've actually both listen, fuck you. We both cried like in that moment.
Just like the
really
dude who was pretty
It
cool.
really can be serious. Yeah, it's not the fuck nigga. Nah, that's not that one.
Oh.
But it's like it really can be powerful. But when you like force it, like, oh, I love you, it's just like, okay, like thanks.
It just
Like you
means
tell me that
nothing.
every day. It's
Yeah.
just like, alright.
It's not really that special now.
And like I
Exactly.
read something where it said like couples that say I love you every day, they last longer. But I feel like you don't need that because
Yeah.
then it's just like
It's repetitive.
you know,
It's like,
you already know.
So
If you know, then you don't need to say
Let
it.
me ask you. So you think keeps a what
Oh, yeah,
attracts
I'll be
y'all
right back.
to
I'm
a
about to
man?
get some water.
What attracts y'all to a man? What
Do you-
attracts? What keeps y'all around that person? Like, do y'all prefer like assholes? Like, when I say asshole, not saying the way they treat you, just the way they act. You know what I mean? They keep you unstable. They don't keep you as like in your comfort.
No,
No.
I don't like. I like a person who's himself and straightforward. Like of all the
So you
people I've been,
better you like being direct.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like people that beat around the bush.
She's like that. I'm very.
Because that's the
sensitive.
reason why I never liked her relationships, because when she like the guy that she had been with like for almost a year, he was never direct. He was never like, he would be blunt about like his opinions, but never about his feelings. Like if he were upset, he'd make it so that you would have to ask him. He was never forward
Bro,
and
remember
direct.
the Chinese restaurant?
Yeah, and
He's
me
been
and him,
like we've had like where like it was the two of us and her and I think wasn't someone else there? No, it was just
No,
three of us.
it was just
They
us
started
three.
arguing and then he walked away. Like he left. Like
And
he,
the
I
thing
was
is,
driving and he just left. Without saying
we
anything.
were so like the full story, basically we were getting Chinese food because we like all hung out like at the library, like, you know, just getting stuff or whatever, because I just came off
Yeah, that
school.
was the library day.
Yeah, and we were just talking because like what do we usually do is like we back and forth be like, oh fuck you, stuff like that, but like it was never serious. I would always be like, oh like I'm like that with a lot of people. If I'm very comfortable with you, I'd be like, fuck you, like suck a dick or something like that. But like I don't know what I said, it ended up going from like, oh fuck you to like fuck you. It was like it
Like,
went
real.
really
And yeah,
bad.
mind you,
seen that
mind
pressure.
you,
And
I
didn't
wasn't
see it
paying
coming
attention.
until he started talking shit about me. and I
Exactly,
wasn't
it got
talking shit.
bad. And mind
He
you,
was talking about my body and
I
stuff like
wasn't
that. I was
in
like-
the conversation, so I wasn't really involved. But then I noticed I was getting heated. Like I said something, like I don't remember what, because this happened a long time ago, a few months ago, and he turned towards me, and I said something, and he was like, "Word," and I was like,
it was about like how close we are, and like our worth to each other.
Oh,
It's basically,
yeah.
Like I'll just say this: he. This is why I mentioned control earlier, because he was trying to control her to a point where he tried to get her to stop talking to me. He said,
Yes.
"You need
Yo,
to stop
that's
being friends with
another
him."
thing, that's
because
another thing.
I told
Wow.
him.
Uh-huh.
I said, no. I told her. I was just like, he's trying to make it so that you're not talking to me or talking to anybody that can stop you from being with him.
Yeah.
And he did that twice, actually. He was just like, oh, you're fake because you're around Glubby or whatever. And I was just like, no, that doesn't mean anything. Just because we're together, that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
I'm not forcing her to tell you that she's not going to do this.
Right.
She's saying this because this is the right thing that she's supposed to say. And he assumed that I was like trying to keep them from being together. I liked them at first, but then once I realized he's a totally different person, he's not the type of person who's like straightforward, and I'm very straightforward. That's when I was like, no, I don't like this person.
So, right.
Nah, it's good. Y'all gotta watch each other's backs. But what
Yeah,
again?
no, literally in my phone. She hates it, but in my phone, her
Oh.
name is actually Rational Side
Oh,
because
what kind of shit
she's
is-
kept, you know, you want some love, there you go. But yeah, like I call her Rational Side because she's kept me from doing stupid shit, especially in that relationship.
Word,
So-
word. Nah, what gets me though is just the fact like a lot of girls say they want people to be up front, but it's like I don't think
It depends on how
It's
you are
like
as a
how you
person.
word it.
I
If
can
you're not
say it.
upfront, then
For-
you don't like upfront.
For all the sensitive people out there, heyo, I can't handle certain like levels of bluntness. Like there's some shit like I'm more like if you're upset with me, please tell me you're upset with me. I don't like she did it today like on the way here. She was like I don't like you, and I was like okay, but yeah, there was
So,
some
like to cut you off, but like I'm this person, but like if I'm mad, you gotta wait for me to calm down. 'Cause
Yeah.
if you keep trying to talk to me, I'm gonna get even madder. But you gotta wait for me to be like, I don't like what you did. That's when we can actually talk. But him, he's just
He would literally, like, real shit, like, I don't even want to be extra, I'm just a very expressive person, but, like, literally say me, you guys an argument, like, it literally be like, fuck you, and then walk away, like, he's walked home, like, he's done, like, 45-minute walks, just because he didn't want to get back in the car with me, or us.
Right. No, I would not take it.
And he causes public scenes. Like there was a time where
Oh,
literally we had an argument because he didn't know which Dunkin' Donuts we were at. There was one that was right across the street to the
You
right.
talking about the dude you was
Yeah,
previously
there was
with?
literally
You
okay.
sound like
The way,
honestly,
the way
you sound like a bitch ass nigga. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I don't know.
He
He's
sounds like a
but yeah,
bitch
he's
ass
one of
nigga.
those people that he's a little too buff, but he's not even buff. But he's very he's stronger than he looks. Like yo, you know that fucking movie that just came out Split. You know how when that monk like he's literally like that. Like he looks small, but like when he's angry, like this nigga got scars from fights with like he fights with his brother like constantly. But he didn't know that there was a Dunkin' Donuts right across the street to the right. But there was one that he knew of that was like a 5-minute drive up the street. So it was like a 20-minute walk. So he called me, and I had a very bad habit of keeping my phone on silent, so I didn't see him calling me. So basically, long story short, we sorted everything out, we got to the thing, and he was pissed off. He was like, I'm done, this is bullshit. His backpack was in my car, I like threw it to him a little bit, like I like chucked it to him, and he was maybe the distance between me and you, and he was like, took the thing and like, you know like the straps on backpacks, like he like waved it at me and like hit me and was like, don't throw my shit. And then he walked 45 minutes home. And it was like scorching, it was like 95 degrees outside. And I was just like,
But like honestly, the one thing I don't like, which is the one word to sum him up, petty. I don't like that shit.
oh god,
I don't
he
like petty.
really
What
was.
about fakeness? Like, yo, that shit.
I think that that's a lot better than
Like,
pettiness.
Oh, can you handle like being with someone that really can't rock with your friends? Like, they don't know how to like. You know what I mean? Like, they don't
No.
gotta be cool. They don't gotta be
No.
cool. with
That,
your friends, you feel me?
that relationship is literally the definition of what happened.
They
And
don't
it
got-
was
they gotta
could
be cool
not
with your
work
people,
out.
but it's like if you're looking for long term, you feel me? They actually gotta be cool with your fam. You feel me? Cool with
Yeah.
your
And like, because these are people gonna be with you every day, like, almost every
you
day,
feel me?
man.
But you're gonna be around continuously. So it's
'Cause-
like if you can't rock with them, I don't
That's-
like
that's not a
his
relationship
like
at all.
for his his ex. She did not fuck with
She
none
know,
of like
bro.
me.
And when it comes
and my
to
bro,
your
I'm
friends, that's you'll
Yo,
get over it.
my son-
But your brother,
Yeah.
no. If
That's
you
someone
have
that
a
you
problem with
cannot
your
get rid
brother,
of.
you can, especially
She
like,
did not fuck
I
with me
understand
like that.
if you're not close to, if you weren't close to him at all, fuck
Why?
yeah. But if you, no, I'm saying like,
I don't know.
I'm confused. Like I just
It
met you
makes no
today, and like
sense.
I like you. Like okay,
Yeah.
No,
okay.
I didn't understand. I'm a likable
Right.
person. I did
you know
not
what it
understand.
is? Some
I
females
know
get
what it
threatened by
is.
close relationships when it comes to their man because
True.
if you're close to him, then probably whatever you're doing with her, she thinks that you're telling him, and that can cause a problem.
Nah. It was.
That's
it was
low-key
there was
hypocritical,
times-
though.
Hell yeah,
That's
hell yeah.
low-key
There was
hypocritical,
time.
though.
There was time. I be on the phone like, yo, your brother over there. I'm like, nah, like yo, you got me on the phone. Nah, like
That's just paranoid.
yeah.
Exactly.
That's
She
just
thinks
paranoid.
that, like, she either like feels uncomfortable around you because she's just uncomfortable around men, or she's uncomfortable around how close you guys are,
'Cause
or she
we
might feel
mad
threatened
close.
by
Me,
it.
yo, I'm with this guy every
Exactly.
single day.
Close.
And the
Every
difference
single day.
between some people is that like, cause like my boyfriend, he's not close with his brother at all. He hates him. He hates him so much.
Wait, who? Repeat what you just said. Raphael.
No, Jimmy.
Oh,
He's not-
oh.
He
Got
doesn't
it.
like.
Got it.
He doesn't like his brother at all. So
Oh.
if they like, I personally like, I've never had a problem with that. I never like said anything, but I am the type of person where if I see you, I'm gonna say hi. Like if you're like his brother or whatever,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
even I never
Oh yeah,
addressed
facts.
it because
I'm
I know
not
if
gonna
I
be
did.
disrespectful because you don't got a good.
No.
Hell no.
And
I only know that like I didn't say hi to his brother because I knew that if I said hi to his brother he'd be
Oh,
mad.
wait,
But I had to
right,
say
right,
hi to
right,
his
right.
parents because that's your fucking
Yeah,
parents.
yeah, and
Like,
like
if you up in someone's house and you don't say hi, they're gonna be like,
so,
"Who the fuck is
yo,
this bitch?"
she like, and I don't want to get you upset.
No,
I don't know,
no,
do
you can talk.
You feel me
You can
comfortable?
talk. No, you can talk. You can
Yeah,
talk.
because that's his extra. That's like,
Nah,
that's not-
you can talk. You can
But
talk.
it was like like a certain situation that got me tight was alright. So it was like her birthday, right? So this is when we
yeah.
used to have our car. Like this is like before like a couple months before the new year. 27 going into 2017. Like that November before 2017.
Oh shit.
So yeah, so it was her
Bro, shit
birthday.
was recent.
And yeah, I mean, basically a year
Yeah,
ago. It was
yeah,
like a year
yeah, you
ago.
feel
So it's it was like her birthday, and she had a friend. I was like, I wasn't really trying to get on her, but I was trying to see what's up. But she wasn't fucking with me, so I'm like, alright.
Alright, so
So she had a it was her birthday, and then they was gonna go to a club and then go out to eat. And I was like, yo, can I just come to the club with y'all? That's y'all thing. Go out to eat. I know that's a personal thing. Y'all do it, but can I come to the club with y'all?
Because that's a public
thing.
thing.
And she was gonna bring her friend, like the friend that deaded me. So I was like, yeah, let me come through with y'all. She's like, and then like I found out Like Macy was like, nah, yo, don't pull up. Yo, she don't want you to. And
I'm not gonna hold you. I was a bitch ass niggas during that whole type of shit. You feel me? I ain't gonna hold you. But you know that shit kind of changed the nigga now, cause you know.
yeah, because of what we were. But it's like, and what really got me, cause what got me tight and shit. And I really didn't fuck, cause. Even though she like was kind of a dickhead,
so I think it's more to the fact
I would
that,
still be like, you know, a little bit like nice to her. Just cause that's my brother's
Yeah,
girl.
it's more the fact I care about her so much. I would be kind of submissive.
Yeah.
Well, I've been there.
You know why
shit,
you like
and
that?
shit.
Because you wanted to keep her.
Yeah.
If you weren't like that, she'd be like, "Oh, you're fake as hell," and then she'd drop you, and then that'd be it.
And like
But you couldn't.
and like
You had to agree with everything.
Yeah. Like so cause when he told me. Like, they said behind my back, her and the friend, like, yeah, don't bring that nigga Miles. I'm like, nigga, one, that's my whip, too. Like, I paid for that shit, too. And two, it's a public fucking place. And
Yeah, like, just because you're
bitches,
going with them doesn't mean you're gonna be like,
that's I don't gotta be around with, like, I'm gonna
Exactly.
talk to other girls and all that stuff. And that's the fact, cause I'm like, oh, one, y'all gonna talk shit behind my back. Like,
Yo,
and
In
like,
the back of my car.
yes, and I'm like, that shit's so foul. I was like, fuck.
This is for every single fucking person that watches this shit, bro. If you, I recently went through some shit. Like I was in a project with this one chick, and we had an expo, and I came a little bit late because I was coming home. I was coming home from New York, and I was just going to school in Connecticut. So it was like an hour and a half drive. Like my ass was gonna be late, and then I had to rush into like the professional clothes. So I found out, like, afterwards, mind you, we'd already had issues before, so during the expo, during free time, we had settled that issue. Only to find out, 10-15 minutes later, this bitch was talking about me before I even got there. Oh, JJ wasn't reliable. She didn't do this. I'm like, bitch, hold the fuck up. Hold the Hold up. I gotta be ratchet for a second.
Yeah.
Hold the fuck up. Bitch, first off, I texted you email. I texted you.
Email.
I texted her say on like a Monday. This bitch would not get back to me. Mind you, this shit was about deadlines. Say the deadline was Friday, she wouldn't get back to me till Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So how you gonna call me unreliable?
Mm-hmm.
First off. Second off, I was like, I asked you if you had issues with anything I was doing, and you said no. Bitch, don't come to me. Don't let me find out later on that you could have told me this. Like, we was literally talking about issues that we had.
How did you find out she was talking shit about you?
Cause my friend told me, she was like, yo, cause the chick that was being told, like, she was like, oh, word, I didn't know about this. She literally came up to me, was like, yo, Taylor was high-key talking shit about you. I was like, oh, word? I just had a nice conversation with Taylor. I was like, word? I was like,
And just, like, this is just like a different thing, but like I've noticed this, and like I have like an issue with it. So let's say that like, so you know how like the girl told you that she was talking about you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think about if you're cheating on your girl? No, if you're cheating on someone and you're do you know what I'm trying to say?
Your friend like
say I was
your
cheating on
friend-
him and I told you and you told him that I was cheating.
Is that breaking code?
Do you guys do the same thing? Like if you listen,
I'm not gonna
Wait, hold on. So say it's my bro.
Let me tell you how it is.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, so
hold on. Let me tell you how it is.
No. But let's say that I'm dating you and you're friends with me and you know that you're cheating on me.
Yeah, wait.
All right, so this is your boy. This is your boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I'm your friend.
Yeah.
And I know he's cheating on you.
He tells
But you're friends. But you were
And he
friends
tells
with
you
him
like,
first.
yo, I'm cheating on your bro.
But
Like,
but you were friends with him before you were friends with me. But we're just like, but you know what I
we're
mean?
cool. Like, yeah.
So he's my bro, and
Like he's my best. He's like my best friend.
Okay.
But I'm
like y'all all friends,
Exactly.
y'all dating, and
Would
he
you
tells
like
you he's
me
cheating.
alive?
Would you tell her?
Exactly.
Because it's none of our business.
Fuck out of here. No. But realize that causes issues later on. Cause if we break up and then I found out you fucking knew and me and you still cool, I'm gonna be like, bitch.
Exactly.
One thing.
But you guys were friends first.
Yeah.
So basically, you're breaking up a relationship over what? Is it because you want to do right by me, or because you want to keep his seat? Like, it's just like
That's moral for me. That's moral.
It's because you don't want to get into nobody's business.
No, let me say this. Yeah, one, I don't like to get in other people's business. And two, if I know my bro is doing you dirty and you're,
I'ma talk to
girl,
him first.
No, I'm that type of person. I'm gonna tell him like, yo, my nigga, you're foul.
Yeah.
You're
Well, what if you don't
foul
listen
ass
to you?
nigga.
Wait, we should probably like.
Oh yeah. My mom, probably yeah. I hear her walking right there. She's trying to walking like, yeah, I'm making too much noise.
Nah, definitely.
Can you tell me why it sounds?
I'm sorry. All right, we sorry, my mom.
No. Even if you're doing whatever you do,
Mom, you messing up. You messing up the
You messing up the
recording. Mom, you
recording.
messing
You
up the
messing up the
recording.
recording.
but then you should tone it down.
All right.
All right.
And then you should think about how you sound. Who wants to listen
I'm sorry.
to all that rah-rah?
All right, Mom.
Okay, Mom,
please,
just close the
please.
door. Just close the
Yeah.
door.
Nobody listen.
Yo,
Okay, Mom,
yo,
please,
ruin
please,
it,
Mom,
son.
you're ruining the
Please.
Yes,
convo.
I am.
All
Mom,
right,
you're
all
ruining the
right,
convo.
all right.
And you know, and you're. I know you're smiling right now. You think you're being funny right now. Can you please stop? Can you please stop doing this, Mom?
No
Mom, please.
one wants to hear broadcast being yelled, screamed, and
All right, Mom. Please, Mom.
Now
Please.
listen to that.
You messed up with the flow of the convo.
Shit,
No, we're gonna keep this as funny. But Mom, you're messing up the flow. Can you please, just, we're about to be finished. We're gonna be finished like.
No, it's still, you're not getting the point.
All right. I got
She
you.
got a
One,
drag.
listen
She
to chatterboxes.
Okay, Mom. She's smiling while she's
I know she's being extra.
Excuse me?
Thank
Mom,
you,
can you
Mom.
please close
Thank
the door?
you.
Please,
Thank you. Thank you.
please.
Chatterbox?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, please,
Get
please,
you know.
Mom, please close the door, please.
She gonna stand there?
She's gonna stand there. I know she's standing there. All right.
All right, let's continue.
See, she made me lose where my.
Nah,
I was gonna say
you was
something.
gonna say
too.
something about so.
All right. So, my thing is like, yeah, I'm gonna tell him he's foul. I'm gonna tell my bro like, yo, you're doing her dirty. She don't really deserve that. It seems like she don't cheat on you. Why you gonna cheat on her? I'm gonna tell her it's foul. It's like me. I don't like to get involved because I had like certain situations, right? And it's like not no cheating thing, but like my best friend. I don't want to say. I say his name usually in the podcast, but I don't want to say his name because I don't want to put his business out there. But so my bro, and the girls he was dealing with, he knows me and him like this, so they will see we're here, we together every day, all that stuff. That's my bro. That's my homie. So whenever their relationship be rocky, right? And we will go to school with these girls, like, so I know them. I would know them too because we all go to school together. Whenever the relationship be rocky, they will hit me up like, "Yo, what's up with your bro?" Like, I'm like,
I was the same way.
I'm like, yo, and I would tell
been
him like, yo, your shorty's like hitting me up like that. I'm like, yo, I don't feel comfortable like because she's asking me. I'm like, yo, why don't you? And I would always say, I would like curve it real quick. I'm like, yo, you just go talk to him about that. Yo, that's you and him problem. I don't know. You gotta talk to him. Like I will always say that, and because I'm like, I never understood, yo, why are all his it is with panic. I'm like, it only happened twice, but I'm like, why do they do that? Why do they come to me because I'm your best friend, just to get to you?
Because you're not in the relationship, you will most likely be more willing to give information.
Exactly.
And I'm not gonna give it because
I mean, some people are like that because some situations, like it's really you really are struggling. Like it really can be like I'll use back to that my relationship how it was. Like I go to her for advice constantly and be like, is it just me? Like, can you like look at it from like my perspective? Like, do you know? Like, can you give me some help? Because it's like, well, he's not gonna tell me what's going on. So like, can you help me so that I can try and at least make this
And
work?
the thing is, he did the same thing with, like, we never texted, like, me and her guy never texted, but he called her and then told her to give me the phone.
We literally had where it's obviously me and him relationship, and she had to be there, and he would, it was like me and him couldn't communicate properly when it came to arguments, so we would have to bring her into it, and obviously, that's not a good way to have a relationship. I don't care what anybody says. If you have to bring your best friend into it to solve you and your man,
relationship,
that's a problem.
I don't know, man, because it was like
it hasn't been like some short 20-minute. Like it's been like 4-hour conversations where we
I can't do that.
Yeah, no, like it was and mind you, the issue only lasted like 5 minutes. Like it was small, but it took 4 hours.
Hold on, let me say because like with one of the girls where he was dealing with she had a problem like we was talking about before. She had a problem she also kind of low key like she would kind of act like switchy with me. She would low key have a problem that he would still chill me like all the time, and like you know like had a problem with me being around him. You know, like, cause I'm like, yo, it's not like it's not like I like acts like he will pull it, like he will be with his girl and pull with me, like we go siphon and all that stuff, like, and she would thinking, and then she would like complain to him like, oh, you spend more time with your bro than me, and it's like, yo, it's not even like, and I can tell you, no, he doesn't. He gives you equal time, like he'll chill with me, like if he tells me, yo, I'm with my girl now, I respect that. Do you, bro? And like. If he will like come, if he will be like, yo, I'm about to chill with my bro, like, and she knows like, yo, this is my homie, like, we're brothers, like, we chill with each other, we talk to each other every day, like, so he will be like, yo, I'm about to go chill with Miles, and she would have a problem with that, so I'm like, but she wouldn't say nothing, like, and then when we're together, like, if all three of us together, she would not say nothing like that.
That's kind of the same thing with me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She wouldn't like.
I don't know why they really having a problem with me. Like he a chill nigga.
Yeah.
Like, what's good? Like,
Cause I don't know, like I never understood. I mean, that was only like one girl, like, and then your ex.
Mhm.
So
I don't
I
see
never
the
had that. I never had that problem until like dealing with like the women in y'all life and stuff like that. So it was like I never understood that, like, bro. I can't deal with a girl that don't fuck with my bros. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not
Just
never
can't do
again
that,
after that,
man.
bro.
I can't, because it's like, especially if you know this is like my family, so they're gonna be in my life forever regardless. Like they're permanent. You're
can't
like kind of
accept- if
temporary.
you can't accept that from a jump. Like,
Yeah,
it's slow.
it's slow. It's mad slow.
It's slow.
And I'm like I said, I'm not that type of person. Like if I'm in a relationship, I will not like want my girl to do that. Like hit on my friend to be like, oh, talk to Miles. This
No.
I can't do that. That's not cool. I'm like, yo, come to talk to
One
me.
thing in
Tell me how you feel.
you really gotta have good ass communication. Like,
Yeah.
it might not be the best, but communication is key.
Being a
And
friend
there's
is
be
always
certain
the
times
best.
where it's like that littlest thing might get you tight. You feel me? You know, you don't gotta make a big ass argument about it, but bring it up like a little pet peeve or whatever. You don't gotta fix every single thing because nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
But you both. The thing is, both of y'all can work towards making
like-
it better. But also another thing is like this is like you really like you can't really let the females. I don't think you really can let the females set the standards. You gotta let. That's kind of like more of the guy. You know what I mean? You gotta have the guy telling you what to do sometimes. Not being controlling, but being more assertive.
Nah, they gotta be. Yeah, I mean, it's a balance. Like that's what everything is about. It's about a balance. Like y'all both gotta set that foundation, because it's like if one person. I feel like if one person got more control than the other, then shit's gonna go south.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, alright, if the dude has more control of the relationship, it's like, then you can, and then he's possessive and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The girl is like not gonna feel comfortable, and she's gonna feel like she's trapped. She can't
My
do
thing
nothing.
is, like, me speaking personally, it depends on the level of possessiveness. Like, I personally find that attractive. I'm not even gonna front.
But you can't talk to nobody.
Oh no, that's what
I
I'm
hate
saying.
that. Oh, yeah,
That's
it's
what I'm
levels to
saying.
this
The
shit.
level,
Yeah.
the level of the possessiveness.
No. G shit. Nah. If you
Nah,
my
like,
shorty,
okay.
if you my shorty, the maximum guys you talking to is out of homework, work. That's it. There's
And
no
that's
other reason.
No.
Why
Let
are you
me tell
talking to other guys?
So basically, I had a very huge issue. This was like this was one of the worst. Like this was actually one of the worst things I've ever been through in my life, because it hurt me so bad. Like I was even crying at work, and I never cry around people that I work with. So basically, my boyfriend, he was talking to this girl who was his friend. She was like one of his like they weren't even close friends. Like
I know, but I get so tight when she
so
tells me
basically.
shit.